The Big Issue. Breaking down the issues that matter. The Big Issue. Breaking down the issues that matter.
Good evening, viewers. Welcome to today's edition of The Big Issue. My name is Bode Gadebo. As usual, every Monday, Tunde Ogutola, in-house analyst, is joining me on the show this evening. Good evening, Tunde, and welcome to The Big Issue.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, and I also hope maybe Silas Ezegu will also be joining us from another remote location. Today, the week is new and the week is also nice. And of course, a lot of issues as always, but then we shall dedicate our time to the big issue. There is one issue now at the front burner of national discourse, or at least the issue that will affect ordinary Nigerians like you and I, the issue of the planned tariff hike by electricity distribution companies, the discourse. I don't know, make a sense, give me a sense of this story, because I know the discourse are saying because of the fluctuation in the foreign exchange rate, they can no longer go by the old rate. They have to increase the tariff effective July 1, just a few days to come today. Are you okay with that? Or
I must say the timing is too wrong.
Again,
Yes.
like the fuel subsidy, people are saying the timing.
Well, that of the fuel subsidy, I'm in support of the removal of the fuel subsidy, but for the removal of or increments in the tariff in power supply, the timing is too wrong for me. And I must say, if we go by the popular maxim trending in town that let the poor breathe, I think the poor indeed need to breathe.
The poor need to breathe.
Because many businesses are closing already amidst the removal of the fuel subsidy.
Yeah, lack of power.
If there's a local game shop in my community, ever since the guy now is selling all his property, they have local organizer.
Cannot afford money to buy petrol to power generator.
While buying
And there's
petrol of over 540 naira
per liter.
And a barber complained that just yesterday he bought a fuel of over 4,600 naira. How much did he make in a day? Maybe 10,000 naira. Then look at the working time and everything. He might decide to close his business. You see, we need to be sensitive with all this. Most companies are leaving Nigeria and going to our neighboring countries like Ghana. We see companies like Dunlop Elite, amongst others. They are living and doing well in Ghana. So why are we chasing them away with all this? The fuel subsidy removal is already there. Everybody is trying to cope with it. A friend even told me that to him now it's just as if he's no longer in Nigeria because he's trying to cope. Because already buying fuel for below 200 naira and now buying fuel for 540 naira is abnormal and strange. He said, in fact, it's like prior to now, they were doing giveaway for fuel. But now, just how will you cope when you are buying fuel 540 and the power holding company also increase their tariff? In fact, the poor won't breathe. I repeat again. So we just need to know or manage our economic policy very well to avert looming danger. You see, power is very important. Without power, I don't think we can really survive in this country. In terms of industries, they need power to survive.
Of course. Already manufacturers are complaining.
Health sectors need power. The education system also need power.
Everything needs power.
All the critical sectors in the nation need power. So now, by the time you increase this tariff, you are suffocating them already out of business. And if they can't, all they do is to shut down, and there will be massive job loss. Where are we headed to in this country?
But today, let me cut you short. Who do we blame, or where do we situate the whole of this argument, because the discourse are saying it's no longer profitable for them to maintain the old rate. They have to increase the tariff because the exchange rate has changed. The dollar to naira now, they say is about 750. A dollar to naira is 750 naira. That is unacceptable. So do we blame the people who say they cannot operate and make profit, or the government that has remained aloof, doing nothing?
Well, if you say the government are aloof, I can say maybe they are not really aloof, or maybe they are not doing something about the whole subsidy. I think President Tinubu is, while I'm not a spokesman, a person or spokesman, I think he's working with a team which I feel they want to reposition Nigeria. But while doing this, let's not join the bandwagon of, okay, yes, the dollar is increasing. Let's also increase our tariff. By the time you increase tariff, how will the poor man live? How will businesses operate? Everything will keep rising, and it will not benefit all of us as a nation. It will surely lead to inflation. And where there is inflation, more naira will be chasing few items. In fact, if there is salary increment, which I believe the federal government is working to, it will be of no use. So
So it will lead to inflation.
I don't think it's necessary for now for you to increase the tariff. It's wrongly timed. At least let's watch the economy a little, because we need it. They'll be benefiting from Nigeria. At least let them do this as part of their corporate social responsibility.
Corporation responsibility, they say they will operate at loss. They are
I don't
businessmen.
think so.
You
They are
don't think so?
generating this power from Nigeria.
Of course. But
And
there
they
are
will
other things that are involved. The
they will
infrastructure you need
distribute
to evacuate the power, to distribute the power to all the nooks and crannies of this country. You need a lot of things.
well,
Installations.
but the federal government also allowed states now to generate their power. which I
Exactly.
think
We
is
have a
is good
reform.
development.
There is a
So
power
if
sector
that
reform.
reform should go in line with the planned
It will help. It will
policy, it
help
will
a lot.
surely help. Well, besides all this, I think everything is on of for I'm talking about the import tariff. It's also on the high, from
Yeah.
about 400 to close to 600 naira.
Yeah,
I
because of
think
the
that's
exchange
high,
rate too.
yeah. So I think we need to do the needful at this nation. Because if you before, if people to now they're paying like 426, and now you tell them to pay like maybe 580 to import same item in the country, it will surely lead to inflation. I think we just need to be wise about all these increments in things we're doing now in the country.
All right, Tunde, thank you very much. And I think the bottom line or the big issue in this discussion is that, well, ordinary Nigerians will not understand all the grammar. What they know is that it's not easy for them as we speak
Sure.
to get power, to get petrol. Anything is not easy. And you know, no palliative on the part of government, no help,
At all.
nothing. The environment
At
is
all.
not
At all.
conducive for people to actually
At all.
breathe like you say. Well, I hope the concerned authorities will actually listen and do the needful before the issue will go out of control. Today, let's quickly move to the second. But I don't know whether Silas Ezegu has joined us, our analyst, who will be joining us from a remote location. If he has actually joined us so far, I think it's important also listen to Silas Ezegu. Silas, good evening and thank you for joining us. Okay, the connection is not too good. Today, another important, very critical issue, and which is also a big issue today in Nigeria, is the issue of Nigeria's inland waterway and safety. There seems to be no safety on Nigeria's inland waterways. Concerned authorities are not doing what they are supposed to do. The regulatory authority, for example, like NIWA, the National Inland Waterways Authority, I don't know which other.
Nimasa.
Okay, Nimasa is also concerned for inland waterways. I don't think they are doing enough to ensure standardization, protocol, security, and safety on the inland waterways. Just at the weekend, medical students under the platform of NIMSA, NIMSA, Nigerian Medical Student Association, were in Calabar for their annual NIMSA week, also took time off to go and relax at the popular Marina Resort. They went on a boat cruising, and before you can say Jack Robinson, the boat developed fault, it stopped on the water. Before you realize it again, water started entering the boat, and they sank.
You see,
11 out of the 14 were rescued. 3 went missing since Saturday until this Monday when the police announced that their bodies have been recovered. medical students, 2 males, 1 female. The males were from the Ahmadu Bello University in Zaria, while the female student was from the University of Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. So there is something wrong with Nigeria inland waterway. Tell me something about this.
First, before I comment on that issue, I must first commiserate with the family members of all
The victims.
the victims of that sad incident of uh,
The Marina
resort.
Resort boat accident.
So I must say, please accept my deepest sympathy. This is just when we are coming out of the Ilorin boat mishap, as well as the Titanic
Exactly.
boat.
Coming less
So-
than 2 weeks after the
Yes,
Kwara boat
over
mishap,
103
where about 106 passengers, villagers
You
died.
see, this it's sad. You see, when when it comes to water, I don't blame some people that will instantly say they don't do water. There are two things involved. First, security. Secondly, safety. Both must be juxtaposed together to achieve success in each trip, no matter how close. In fact, if you are on your ferry from just CMS to Apapa, you must ensure that you are using life jackets. But do they provide all this? I don't think so. These bodies, NIMASA, as well as NIWA, need to do more. If they don't have staff, they need to recruit more people. Safety. Few months ago in Bauchi State, about 16 people died in a boat mishap. Should we continue like this? No.
Because
There is-
nobody is being punished for all these
Nobody is being
misdemeanor.
There is need to standardize the policy to ensure safety. Safety and more safety must be achieved first for us to achieve the goal of these agencies. Or else, I think they should be scrapped, both NEWA and NEMASA. You see, when we talk about waterways, it's not just for enjoyment alone. We also use it for business. And the issue of kidnapping pirates is also to be considered. Of recent, I don't think our waterway is safe. There have been cases of piracy attack
Okay.
across borders that need not just the NIWA and the mass effort.
No,
We're talking about
I
Nigerian
know there are
Navy.
challenges. I don't even want us to talk about the maritime domain. I don't even want just
Let's look at
restrict
it.
our
Yes.
discussion to
So-
the inland waterways.
So we need to do more. We need to do more on daily basis. Besides all this, there is also the issue of flooding. What are we doing on the issue of flooding as well as climate change?
Authorities have been shying away from doing the right thing. Look at the Trademore
Estates.
disaster.
Yeah,
You keep
one
saying
person died.
that estate was or is located on waterway. What have you done to take it away so that we can put a stop
I
to
was discussing with
avoidable
someone
loss of life and
yesterday,
property?
and I said so many houses in that. Sadly, yes, you've invested your money, but
Even though I know people
So
also
many
don't
houses
listen to
lost.
authorities when they issue warning about flood and the rest of them and other natural disaster. People don't listen. They believe, oh, it will not happen. It will not happen. I jump and pass and,
and
sort
this,
of things.
we are just entering the rainy season. We are
Yeah,
not
this is just
even
the
yet
beginning.
in August
It's
and
just the
all
beginning.
this. This is
It's
just
just
a
the
warning sign. Please, if you are in Trademore Estates, please tread more softly. Maybe if you can evacuate your home at the moment, please do so. Because they've warned of flooding ahead. NEMA have said there will be flooding this year. So I must say they should leave their, as well as FCDA need to do the needful. They need to map out waterway and as well as dredge it to ensure that no life is lost. Life is precious. Losing life is not something that is good. Why we count how many people are dying so far just this year, 2023 in Nigeria, is nothing to write home about. We need to ensure that the safety as well as security of Nigerians come first in anything we do.
Well, that's very, very important. And I think also government need to understand that when disaster like that of the Calabar happen, it's beyond just issuing statements by the governor, the president, or local government chairman that, oh, we are commiserating with the families of the victim and the rest of them. No, they should go a step further to actually identify those who are responsible for the safety of the victims, identify them and punish them appropriately so that there can be, a full stop to a further reoccurrence. Well, today we go on a short break. When we come back, the discussion will continue. It's still the big issue. Don't go away. We'll be back shortly.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
The Big Issue. Breaking down the issues that matter.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
The Big Issue. Breaking down the issues that matter.
Welcome back. It's still the big issue today, Monday, and of course, Tunde Oguntola, in-house analyst, has been helping me to actually digest or dissect some of the issues in the news. Tunde, now the 2023 Hajj exercise is ongoing in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and in a matter of few days or a couple of days, it will be Arafat, and of course, subsequently, it will be the Eid al-Hudna or Eid al-Kabir for the year. But then yesterday, there was a bad news from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia about Nigerians pilgrims in that country. We were told by 6 of them died from heart attack, and about 30 of them, as we speak, are undergoing psychiatric tests in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I know somebody, a stakeholder, will soon join us to actually make a sense of all this development from Saudi Arabia. But then before he joined, let me hear from you. What do you think is responsible for this development?
Well, it's so sad that we are losing our beloved citizen in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. 6 of them said to be reportedly died. See, it's so sad. I think Hajj should be less cumbersome. Security and safety should also be the watchword. Before you take these citizens, it should not be all about lifting them and returning them back to Nigeria. I think there should be other security measures to ensure that the whole Hajj process goes without unnecessary
Okay, could
stress.
they were sick before they left for Hajj?
Even
They could be in,
those who are sick also believe that if they go there,
anything could have just happened at any time.
God will heal them. You understand? But I think it's beyond all this. While we know that God heals, I think if you need to take paracetamol, please take paracetamol and also pray to God for divine healing. Not just hoping that you should not do the needful. You see, you should watch and pray. That's what I'm a Christian. That's what the Bible said to me. The 30 people that's undergoing psychiatric test and find that they are not really doing okay.
Probably they find themselves in a new environment, and there is this thing we call in sociology culture shock. Maybe the whole environment is look different, and they couldn't comprehend, and they are having issues with their mental health.
I just wish them quick recovery, and as well as those who are pregnant, who discover they're pregnant just there. I just wish they will be properly taken to. But besides all this, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia should please ensure that there is safety and security of all pilgrims in their country. If you recall, is it Iran? They've refused to go for Hajj.
In this year.
It's not just this year.
You've been refusing to go. Okay.
Yes,
for some issues
of safety, security, as well as death of their nationals.
Okay, maybe since the COVID-19 time.
All this should be brought forward. So the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia should look towards ensuring that nobody die. At least,
and I think Saudi Arabia is trying, because they're hosting millions of people from across the world. It's not easy.
Yes, it's not easy, but I think they should ensure that
improve every year.
Improve and ensure that the safety and security of all. I think going to Arafat is where you go to stone the devil. The devil
is another challenge. Stampede, there is possibility of stampede.
What about if there's someone throwing you from behind?
No, I think that one don't happen, but then stampede. Crowd control issues and the rest of that.
That's it. I think there's need for that.
But beyond Saudi Arabia, respective countries also need to take care of the security and safety of their pilgrims. We have officials, they are there, health officials, NACON, and the rest of them, to ensure that our pilgrims are in the right frame of mind for the spiritual exercise.
Yeah, sure.
So it's a collective responsibility.
Not just when it comes to safety and security, it's a business of everyone.
All right,
the co-pilgrims should be their brother's keeper, not just stepping on anybody that fall down.
Exactly.
To avoid
I think it's an unavoidable accident. Well, to get more perspective on this developing story, I'm being joined by Alhaji Ibrahim Abdullahi, the National Coordinator of Muslim Media Watch from Ilorin. Okay, Alhaji Ibrahim Abdullahi has not joined us yet. I don't know whether we still have more time today. About then, image-wise, is this good for the country or not, image-wise?
In terms of the deaths?
Yes, what's happening.
I believe it should not be only Nigerians that have died so far.
Okay, maybe we're just reporting our own.
Yes,
so everybody's carrying his cross.
On the deaths recorded just in Nigeria. The bulk is in the government of Saudi Arabia to do the needful to ensure that nobody. They go there to pray to God, seek forgiveness, as well as reconcile with their Creator, not to go there and die.
All right, many thanks to you, Tunde Oguntola, Leadership In-House Analyst, for joining the show this evening. Well, apologies, we couldn't also connect with Silas Eziogu, who was supposed to join us from a remote location. Also, a stakeholder in the Hajj matter, Alhaji Ibrahim Abdullahi, who is the National Coordinator of Muslim Media Watch, was supposed to join us from Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, but we were unable to establish contact due to circumstances beyond our control. That was about the size of the show today. Many thanks to you for joining us, and also make it days without tomorrow for another edition of The Big Issue. My name remains Body Gbadebo. It's bye from here.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.